Okay, good evening, everyone. Let's start today's session. Today is your presentation day. So there are 38 participants here. I want to tell you what are the criteria which I consider in your presentation. First, presentation skill, then time management, then including and knowledge and group work. Those are the criteria. Then I will give you about 20 to 25 minutes for one group. Each and every participant should at least present their presentation within 2 to 3 minutes. Those are the criteria. Please be consider to manage your time. Otherwise, it will be a problem for others because we have 2 or 3 hours. So please consider about that. Then, do you have any questions?
Miss, do we need to turn on our cameras?
No need.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, let's start from group 1. Are there members in group 1?
Ma'am, good evening.
Good evening.
If they are not ready, if you are okay, we can ask any team to start if they are ready. Sometimes some may be getting ready or maybe doing something.
Okay. Then which group is ready now?
We are ready to present, ma'am.
Group 1?
Group 6.
Okay. So group 6 can share their screen.
Okay, ma'am.
We are group 8, not 6, Channa.
Yes, group 8, please start.
You are
Who is
group 8.
right? Yes.
Group 8. Okay. Who said our members have not joined yet? Afra. In which group are you, Afra?
We are 7, ma'am.
Which group?
Number 7, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then group 8 can start.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes.
I am Sulochana from group number 9.
Yes.
Madam, in my group, there are 3 members, but one lady, that means she delivered one baby yesterday,
Yes.
and another one also pregnant. Today she went to meet the doctor, so she also couldn't join. And another one is there. Yesterday only she joined with us. We searched everywhere our members, but they couldn't find the group and they joined yesterday. Actually, we couldn't prepare, madam. I informed sir also.
Sir didn't inform me about that. So, are you ready today? No.
Actually, madam, I can't, madam, because I also couldn't because others not ready.
Okay, then in Sinhala medium group also, I gave them another day, 15th of April. I will inform you via group.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
15th of April at 7:30 p.m.
Okay, madam. Sure.
If your group is not ready, you
Yeah.
can do your individual presentation within 3 to 5 minutes by
Okay, madam.
selecting any topic out of these 5. I gave you about 5 topics
Yes.
now.
Yes,
So you
madam.
can select only one topic from them and
Yeah.
do your presentation. If you can't, contact them.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you.
Okay. Then what about group number 8? If group number 8 is ready, they can present. If not, any group can present. Tell me.
Wait, madam, they are sharing. Wait.
Okay.
Ma'am, yeah, group number 8 is going to start, ma'am.
Okay. Who is this? Shall we start from the beginning? Rashini, what's your problem? In which group are you from? Rashini?
Ane, sorry, madam. I was going to send it privately, but it came to all the people. Sorry, madam.
Okay.
Dilini, are you there? Dilini, can you share the screen? My goodness. Okay.
Are there only 4 members in your group?
Oh. No, ma'am, we have 5.
Okay. Wait, I want to write your names. Yes, 5 members are there. You can start. So tell me, is this order, is your presenting order?
No.
So when you present, please tell your name.
Okay.
Okay, start. What happened? Time is going, hurry up.
Rishna's is not available, I think.
I think it's okay. Second one can start. She will separately present it to madam. If not, time
Right,
is
okay.
going.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh.
Yes, that's the best way.
Yeah, Dilini, better to share the second topic.
Okay, ma'am, our first member will join later.
Yes.
Then I'm going to do my part. I'm going to do the second topic.
So you are
The
Dilini
topic.
Gamage.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Dilini Gamavi.
Start.
Okay, the second topic is different evaluation methods in 3 domains. The domains of learning can be categorized as cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. This categorization is the best explained by the taxonomy of learning domains formulated by the Benjamin Bloom. Now I am going to discuss the first domain as the cognitive domain. It is based on the knowledge. This involves the development of mental skills and the acquisition of knowledge. There are 6 categories under this domain. I will discuss only 3. The first one is visual learning. Students respond well when presented with written materials uh, like charts, diagrams, and maps. As example, we can get provide maps when discussing geographic information or charts and graphs for mathematical information. The second one is auditory learning. Students respond better to oral instructions rather than the written instructions. As example, we can get read aloud the written information provided to learners and provide verbal explanations of charts, graphs, or diagrams. The third one, logical learning. We can give students problem solving and critical thinking exercise to help them to build their skills. Try to have them work independently to solve the problem. As example, we can give them problem solving and critical thinking exercises. Then I'm going to discuss about the psychomotor domain. It focuses on physical skills such as the development of hand-eye coordination and the use of motor skills. The areas of this domain include there are 6 categorizations, but I only discuss about only 3. Perception, first one. It is the students use sensory cues to guide their motor activities. As example, a student may listen to a teacher's lesson and write down relevant notes. The second one, guided response. Students begin learning complex skills through trial and errors or following instructions. As example, we can get students learn how to build a simple circuit by watching an instructional video. Then third one, mechanism. The students develop basic proficiency performing particular tasks through their practice. As example, a piano student feels confident playing a song assigned by their teacher after weeks of practicing. Then I'm going to discuss about affective domain. This domain represents skills that emotional responses. Students understand and develop their feelings, attitudes, and values. There are also have 6 categories. I am going to discuss only 3. First one is receiving. This involves a passive awareness of emotions and feelings. As example, we can get memory test feedback forms. Then next one is responding. A student actively engage in the learning process by receiving it and they react to do it. As example, we can get interviews, willingness to participation, feedback, and peer evaluation. The third one is valuing. Valuing is students value a concept when they express its worth or what it means to them. That means showing some definite involvement. As example, we can get interviews, questionnaires, essay questions, test. That's all in my under my topic, ma'am. Okay, I think Situmi can describe.
Yes, I'm Sithamay J. Singha. I'm going to present about organizing test scores. Through various tests, we are collecting scores to evaluate those test scores. There should be some methods. So the one method is frequency distribution. The method of preparing raw data in order of meaningful understanding is called as a frequency distribution. So it allows us to quickly understand the distribution of data. So we can represent the frequency distribution using a tabular form or graphical form. So in this slide, you can see the tabular form of the frequency distribution. So next slide, please. Next slide, please. So this is the graphical representation of frequency distribution. There are 2 types of graphs, histogram and frequency polygon. So the histogram is a 2-dimensional figure. The histogram is represented by a set of rectangles adjacent to each other. In this slide, you can see a figure of a histogram. And the next graph type is frequency polygon. So the frequency polygon is a line graph of class frequency plotted against class midpoints. It can be obtained by joining the midpoints of the tops of the bars in the histogram. These are the 2 types of graphical forms of frequency distributions. So next, I'm going to discuss about the measures of central tendency. So the measures of central tendency provides the ability to obtain the information about the dispersion and the level of scores. So there are three types of measures of central tendency. They are mean, median, and mode. Let's talk about the mode. The mode is the most commonly occurring value in the distribution, and the median means the median is represent the middle value of a data set when we are arranging the given data set from smallest to largest value. And the mean is another word for average. So to find the mean, we have to add all the data together and divide by the number of data. So these are the some examples for mode, median, and mean. So this is the end of my topic. Now I cordially invite my next member to continue our presentation.
Right. Good evening, dear madam and my dear friends. I'm Channasaman Kumara. I'm going to talk about the classroom test and factors teachers should concern in organizing classroom tests. We all know classroom assessment is a systematic approach to formative evaluation used by teachers or else instructors to determine how much and how well students are learning. Under that, I am going to discuss two types of classroom assessments. We all know there are two major types of classroom assessment. If it is not test, they are called formative assessment and summative assessment. In formative assessments, it is used by teachers to make adjustments in their teaching learning process, in their instructions. It is not happening at the end of a lesson to evaluate the student. In summative assessment, it is done at the end of a unit to get an idea about the level of students level of students that they have acquired. So these two types are important when we talk about classroom assessments. There is another very important factors that teachers should pay their attention when conducting classroom assessment or else tests. Especially, we have to pay our attention as teachers when we conduct tests in the classrooms, especially the pre-preparation. Here we have to pay attention. We should inform the students that we will be doing a test in future using this lesson. Therefore, that pre-announcement should be given about the assignment or the test. And also, well-organized setting is really very important because there should be very good mental and physical comfortability with the students. And also, there should be an attractive background for them to continue their test, especially ventilation and proper seats and desks and everything should be kept properly and well. And also, trustworthy and truthful, because students should know this examination is conducted in order to evaluate their knowledge level. And also, there should be a result of doing this, especially in this time management, and everything should be there well. And the learning resources. We can't forget learning resources when we talk about the classroom test, because students should bring their learning resources to the test. Therefore, teachers should inform students, you should bring these things when you come for the assessment or else test. And also, here there should be enough space and also enough facilities, and also enough equipments to conduct a test in a classroom, and mental physical competency of both children and teachers. Uh, these all the factors are really very important when conducting classroom assessment. That's all under my presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Channa. Good evening, all of you. I am Shafana. Madam, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Tell me
Okay.
your next name. Fatima Rasana. Safana.
Shafana. Yes, Shafana.
Fatima Safana.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Thank you, Channa. Today, my topic is challenges faced by teachers when implementing evaluation methods with students. So, we know that evaluation is commonly used as an accountability measure and help to improve teaching and learning process. So, there are many challenges faced by teachers. So, I have mentioned some challenges. They are classroom management, right? Classroom management in the sense when we have a large number of students, teacher cannot manage it and cannot evaluate properly, and increase volume of work. Teacher has to collect and check and provide marks to students' performance. This requires extra effort. She has a big workload. And the next one is time constraint and consuming. So teacher has to spend more time in evaluating individual students. And
Comprehensive
one
assessment.
is, hello? Difficulty in monitoring. Inappropriate attitude of students, negligent attitudes of parents, availability of documents and equipments, require proper training, problems in syllabus completion, incapability of data. These are some challenges faced by teachers while implementing evaluation methods with students. So we can overcome these challenges by following these things: time management, providing feedback on time, enhance and effectiveness of formative assessments, help teachers to develop the skill. Sorry, there's a mistake. Develop the skill and knowledge to implement it effectively by involving in professional development programs. The final one is addressing the challenges related to subject knowledge, assessment facilities, and classroom management. That is very important while we implement evaluation methods. Teach, my dear.
Please mute others.
Yes. Ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. Shall I do, ma'am?
You are Rishnash.
Yeah, ma'am. Fatima Riznas.
Okay.
I'm Fatima Riznas. Thank you, Shafana.
Okay.
Today my topic is the role of measurement and the evaluations of education. First of all, I would like to explain what is evaluations. Evaluation is a comprehensive and continuous process which assesses overall personality of a child. It is quantitative as well as qualitative descriptions of the pupils' achievements. Next, what is educational measurement? It used to measure physical qualities of a thing or person and the psychological and educational qualities of the person. For some example, we can say for the educational measurement, physical measurement. So we can use gram, liter, meter, and milliliter, like that we can use. Another one, psychological measurement. And the educational measurement, we can use. So normally we are doing, as a teachers, we are doing in the classroom, assessment, examinations, first term, second term, like that examinations, we are giving grades or marks. That one for psychological and educational measurements, right? After that, so before I would like to explain about the role of measurement and the evaluations of education. Actually, what is that? Measurement and the evaluations are essential components of the educational process, providing valuable insights into the student learning, informing instructional practices, and driving overall improvement educational quality. Next, evaluation. When we are doing our measurements, that means physical, psychological, and the educational measurements, normally we are doing test, examination. So already I said exam and test. So what is a test? Evaluation is an integral and a part of the educational process, and it is the responsibility of the teacher to conduct test or examination. It is necessary for the teacher to understand the children they are standing. So after that we can measure where are they, then they are how they will what are the things they could understand, and everything we can measure. So results of the test is given in the term or numerical value that explains students' performance, right? It is verbal descriptions which helps in comparing quantitative performance of the different students. After that, when we are doing examinations, examination is a procedure which is used to assess students' scholastics and achievements. So after that, I would like to explain a difference between education and the measurement and evaluations. So can you please another. Hello, can you please change? Yes. Difference between education, measurement, and the evaluations. Evaluation is a new concept, but measurement is an old concept. So, as well as the evaluation is a technical measurement, is a simple word, right? So, after that, I would like to explain the few words about what is the objectives when we are doing our evaluation and the measurement of the educations. Some objectives objectives of the education measurement and evaluations. What are the things we will get from that? The first, find out the students' achievement and motivate them to learn. So we have to do that one first. So we have to motivate them to learn. Now, next, we can identify strength and the weakness of the learner. So when we are doing evaluation or measurements, measuring their knowledge, we can identify their strength and the weakness of the learners. And after that, develop cognitive skills and the psychomotor skills and the effective skills among the learners. So, end of my presentations, I would like to say, so very important, that is the evaluation. So evaluation and the measurement. So we can measure the children's educational stages. Where are they and what are the things we have to put them? That means we another one, we can identify their weakness and everything we can identify. So this is very important for the children. So thank you. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, who is going to present next one? Group number 7 or group number 1?
Group number 1, are you ready, members?
Yes,
Yes,
we are
we are
ready.
ready.
Okay,
Yes.
then shall we start?
Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me, madam?
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. Today I'm going to present 3 slides of educational measurement and evaluation. I would like to, first of all, I would like to introduce the content. First, role of measurement and evaluation in education. Next, different evaluation methods in 3 domains. Uses of basic statistics calculations such as mode, median, mean, histogram, and frequency distribution curves in educational measurement and evaluation. Classroom test and the factors that teachers should consider when organizing the classroom test. Challenges faced by teachers when implementing evaluation methods with students. So we are the group number 1. I am Mayumi Karunaratna. I would like to introduce my group members. KMD Karunaratna, it's me. Next, Shamin Pasindu Bandara, Rukshani Tanuja, and Tina Person, Devindi Lalitya, Buddhika, and Hani Shafiq. They are the group members. So I would like to introduction to educational measurement and evaluation. So educational measurement involves assessing students' learning through the values methods like test and quiz, while evaluation focus implementing the data to make judgment about the educational effectiveness and the informed discussion making both crucial of improving teaching and learning. Actually, teachers become more familiar with the students. So, teacher recognize what the students know and what they do not know. So, teacher should familiar with the students. So, effective teachers demonstrate a deep understanding of the curriculum because teacher can recognize the students and the same time teacher determine how best to bridge that gap, and outcomes of education must make an observable differences. So next, effective teaching can be defined in many ways, including teacher's behavior, teacher knowledge, teacher belief. This is the ability to improve the students' achievements. So psychology also helps teacher to know that how learning take place. In order to acquire the measurement, assessment, and evaluation are used. Measurement, assessment, and evaluation are unique terms widely employed interchangeably in the educational context. I would I like to next part, Shamin. Thank you, all of you.
Okay, thank you so much for your nice introduction about the education and measurement and evaluation. My part basically focus for the role of education, educational measurement and the evaluation. We know educational measurement and evaluation is like a heartbeat of our education system, like it's including guiding, teaching, shaping curriculum, and ensuring accountability like that. I would like to focus about some various topics under the, we can see measurement and evaluation topic. Assessment of learning, curriculum development, teacher effectiveness, educational policy making, identification of learning needs, accountability, and continuous improvement. First of all, I would like to introduce about the assessment of learning. Measurement and evaluation help in assessing students' knowledge, skills, and understanding of the subject matter. This provides valuable feedback for both students and the teacher's side. This is the effectiveness for the education measurement and evaluation for the teaching and learning also. Second one, curriculum development. Evaluation of education programs and materials help in refining and improving the curriculum to ensure it meets the educational objective and the standards. Next one is a very important for the evaluation, teachers' effectiveness. Measurement and evaluation assist in electing teachers' effectiveness by assessing their instructional methods, classroom management, and ability to meet learning objectives. This is very important as a teacher during the classroom lessons. And for next one, educational policy making. It takes data from evaluation process from educational policies and decision-making process at the various levels, including local, regional, and national levels. Identification of learning needs. Evaluation helps identifying students' strengths and weaknesses, enabling educators to tailor instructions to meet individual learning needs. Finally, continuous improvement. Through ongoing measurement and evaluation, educators can continuously improve teaching methods, curriculum, and educational practice to enhance student outcomes. It's very important as a teacher and for making a lessons for the students. Thank you so much. And I would like to invite my friend to describe different evaluation method in 3 domains. Thank you so much.
Good evening, madam and my friends. Thank you, Shamin. My topic is about different evaluation methods in 3 domains. So Bloom classified education objectives into 3 domains, namely cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. So now I'm going to describe these subtopics. The first one is cognitive domain. It is about knowing about intellectual aspects of personality of an individual. It includes those objectives of education which attempts to develop mental faculties or intellectual abilities. As an example, we can say the ability of knowing, understanding, thinking, and problem solving. And it has been also classified into 6 major categories. Here, I'm not going to explain about those things. Just I'm saying these are the arranged from simple to complex and concrete to abstract. They are knowledge, understanding, application and application analysis, synthesis and evaluation. The second one is affective domain. Can you share the screen, Shamin? It also it also we can describe as objectives concerning emotional, spiritual, and moral aspects of personality. Shamin, can you share the screen? And
It's already
it
shared. Okay.
okay. It also classified into 5 parts: receiving, responding, valuing, organization, and characterization of values or value complex. The third one is psychomotor domain. Sorry, the screen is not shared now. The third one is psychomotor domain. It is known as objectives concerning skills, aspects of personality. It also concerns with those objectives which are intended to develop various skills. As an example, we can say typing, painting, drawing, and etc. If a person is psychologically ready, he or she will also mental ready and will act towards the desired skill work. In here also there are 5 categories under this domain. And it also increasing complexity, difficulty level, and fairness in the skill being developed: initiation, manipulation, precision, articulation, and naturalization. And they are not divided entirely by watertight compartment. They are all interrelated, and achievements in one domain influence the achievement by other domain. So all these 3 domains have their own taxonomy of classification. Hierarchical means of learning at the higher level in any domain. So thank you very much, and I give the next chance to my friend Tina.
Thank you, my dear friend. I hope you all can hear me. Good evening, dear madam and my loving friends. My topic is to talk about uses of basic statistical calculations such as mode, median, mean, histograms, and frequency distribution curves in educational measurements and evaluation. So to start with my topic, I would like to talk about the central tendencies first. So there are 3 measures of central tendency. They can be classified as follows: mode, median, and mean. The measures of central tendency represent the mid-value or average marks of a group of scores. In other words, it may be the point somewhere divide the exact half of a set of scores. Let's talk about the mean. Mean helps in determining the average performance of students in a class or on a test, as well as it provides a central tendency measure useful for comparing overall performance across different groups or time period. Second one, median. Useful in educational measurements to identify the middle value in a set of data. On the other hand, less influenced by extreme values, giving a clearer representation of the typical performance. The third central tendency is mode. Mode indicates the most frequently occurring scores in a data set, as well as it helps identify common trends or areas of strength in student performance. Next, I would like to talk about, Sharmin, can you share the screen? Thank you. In the field of testing these measurements, there are 2 types of graphs used to represent test marks. It can be identified as follows. First one is histograms, and the second one is frequency distribution curves. When we talk about histograms, it displays the frequency distribution visually, showing the spread and shape of data, as well as it's useful for understanding the distribution of scores and identify any patterns of outliers. Second one is frequency distribution curves. It provides a graphical representation of how often different scores occur in a data set, as well as it provides allow for visual comparison of data distribution and can help in identify trends or areas needing attention in educational assessments. That's all about my topic. Now I would like to call upon my next colleague to talk about the other topic. I'm Tanya Pearson. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much for the chance. Actually, I'm Devindi here. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so my topic is classroom test and the factors that teachers should concern when organizing the classroom test. So firstly, I'm going to discuss about classroom test. So as you can see here, I mentioned 5 main topics and there are some subtopics here. So according to classroom test, assess student understanding, align with learning objectives, and provide feedback for improvement. So the first one is purpose of assessment. For that, you can define test purposes and ensure alignment with learning objectives. And the second one is types of assessment. So this is so important because you can use varied methods to access their skills and incorporate diverse question types. So the third one is validity and reliability. And the fourth one is fairness and equity. So for this, according to the fourth point, you can create fair test for all students. This is so important. And also avoid bias in content for format. And the fifth one is feedback and improvement. So according to feedback and improvement, you can provide meaningful feedback and use results for teaching and learning improvements. And if I go to the second slide, I have to discuss about organizing classroom test. So organizing classroom test involves considering factors like learning objectives, test formats, fairness, and accommodations. So for diverse learners. And as you can see here, there are some 5 main topics as well. So the first one is preparation. So according to the preparation, you have to consider student cognitive levels, and you can plan content, formats, and also timing in advance. And the second one is administration. So according to the second point, you can monitor for cheating and distractions. It's so important. And you can give clear instructions. So the third one is grading. And the fourth one is data analysis. It's so important because you have to identify strengths and weaknesses. So, and you can identify patterns also as well. So the second point is inform instructional decisions according to data analysis. And the last one is reflection and adaptation. So you can improve testing practices, but based on feedback. So, and reflect on test effectiveness. So these are the things that I have mentioned here according to the topic organizing classroom test. So I think you got an idea about the whole topic. So thank you very much.
Okay, good evening all. I'm Buddhika Premaratna here. Shamin, could you please share the screen? All right, thank you. First of all, I would like to start my presentation with a question from the audience. Please answer me simply with yes or no, right? Have you, as teachers, have you ever faced any challenge or a problem when implementing an evaluation methods? Think about the term test. Have you?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yes, sure. As teachers, we all face these challenges and problems when implementing evaluation methods, right? Then I thought of discussing on all these points under 4 categories. They are, as you can see on the screen, the teacher, students, institutional, and evaluation method itself. The teacher has the problems, and students, there are students factors, and the problems occurred in the school or institution, and also evaluation itself has some problems and challenges. So you can easily remember under these 4 categories rather than talking about a bulk. Okay, Shamin, could you please share the next screen, please? Okay, first one is the absenteeism under the factors related to students. I personally experienced this as I am working in one of the most rural areas. The students get absent when they have a term test. So the teacher faces a challenge there. The next one is cheating. Do you know what is cheating? Have you ever faced that problem? Cheating in the sense the students copy. When the student copies the answers from a gifted one, the teacher is misled by the answers because those answers are not his or her own answers, right? Then the next problem is the lack of motivation. If the student is not motivated to give the answer, or while while he or she is writing the answers, he or she is not motivated to write the answer, it's a total failure, right? Then, if the student is not physically and mentally stable, it means if he or she is suffering from a severe headache, imagine that, and some other illnesses, the student may not face the evaluation at his or her maximum. Then, let's move into the next one quickly, that is the teacher's factors. The lack of understanding about these things, you can see on the screen, these things. The time management, insufficient knowledge of about the authentic assessments. We have already discussed about the authentic assessments with our ma'am in one of the previous chapters, right? RAR CATs, here CAT is an abbreviation for classroom assessment techniques, right? If the teacher doesn't know about these techniques, she would be in a trouble. So, and like students, the teacher's physical and mental condition, the students also may have some illnesses and the teacher may also have, right? Then let's go to the institutional one. If the school fails to provide the necessary resources, instruments, and adequate technology, then the teacher cannot implement a very proper evaluation method. I mean, disturbance from while the students are facing the term test, if the noise is a disturbance, they would be in a trouble. The teacher is also be in a trouble because he or she cannot implement a proper evaluation there. Then the size of the class. Personally, I know almost all the schools around Kandy. Anyway, I'm not a teacher of the Kandy area, right? Kandy, almost all the schools have over 65 students in one class. So imagine how a teacher can do an experiment, a laboratory experiment with all those 65 students with a class. It's impossible, right? It's impossible. With the limited time frame, it's impossible, right? Then the evaluation and the test itself has some problems. If the test is not valid, and if the test is not reliable one, and if it is failed to measure the intended learning outcomes, so it will be a total failure, right? If time permits me, I can share one of my experience. This happened in the last term test, right? 2023. Anyway, I'm not a science teacher, but my friend is a science teacher. And when I was in the exam hall, my friend came there and she showed me a paper and she told me that, Teacher Sivilio, I did this paper with my students in my tuition class yesterday. So can you imagine what has happened there? The same paper had been given to the term test as well. Same test, same paper in the sense, this paper had been given as a term test paper in the schools in one of the previous years as well. So normally the teachers, the teachers who do tuition classes, they do these things, past papers, they do these past papers, right? Then what has happened here is mentioning the education zone is not ethical. So you can imagine what has happened. The same test paper has been given for the term test in this year also, right? Then think of the validity and the reliability of the test value, right? Then those are the problems and the challenges a teacher face when implementing an evaluation method. So you can easily remember under these 4 categories. They are the factors related to students, factors related to the teacher, institutional, and the evaluation method. The test itself has some challenges. So thank you very much. Over to you, Shafiq.
Thank you, my dear friend. First of all, I would like to thank our ma'am to give an opportunity to present here. My dear colleagues, we are looking the educational measurement under this topic. We are looking the presentations. Our colleagues are very clearly explain every part of this under the educational measurement topic. Now I am going to conclude our presentation.
education measurement closely related concept of testing. You all know from the testing, assessments, and evaluations, through that education is measured. So, if we ask why we want to measure the education, we can get answers for curriculum development, teacher effectiveness, identification of learning needs. Likewise, we can tell everything. So, in the world, different evaluation methods. We know. Our friends explained already. Bloom's classified 3 domains. Under this, there are different evaluation methods, and there are basic statistical calculation also here. Through that, we can statistically calculate our educations. It is mode, median, histogram. Likewise, we can tell through that statistically calculate everything, educational measurement. And when we go into classroom test, there are some factors should concern because my friend very clearly explained that when we go into organize the classroom test, there are some factors teacher should concern. Purpose of the assessments, type of the assessment, validity, reliability. Likewise, we can tell. And also, some important things is preparations, administrations, grading, data analysis. Everything is important when we going to arrange the classroom test. And also some challenges faced by the teachers when implementing evaluation methods. There are some factors affecting. My friend very clearly explained that factors related to the students and related to the teachers, institutions, evaluation side also. So these are the summarized part of our presentation. I think you all get a clear idea about educational measurements. If you have any questions, you can raise your raise. We give a chance to raise your questions. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, next group 2.
Ma'am,
Yes.
this is group 7, ma'am. We would like to present.
Group 2, there is also another request that she is outside and laptop is going to be off. That's why, and you have also have
Okay.
a problem. No, it's thundering. Afra. So I don't know. Is group 2 here?
Yes, madam. We are here.
Yes, ma'am.
So then hurry up. Then
Okay.
Afra, you can do.
Ma'am,
Group 2.
shall group 2 will do?
Group number 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
After group number 7.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, madam. Now group 2 will start.
Yes.
Okay, good evening, madam. We are group number 2. Here is our group members. Rashmi, shall
We
we
can't hear
go
you clearly.
to our introduction?
Okay, can you hear? Madam, can you hear?
Now I can hear.
Okay. Measurement involves the systematic
Can't hear.
collection of data through various assessment methods. This can
Ilanka, we can't hear you properly.
We can't hear you properly.
Madam?
We can't hear.
Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, now can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. I'm going to define measurement and evaluation. Measurement involves the systematic collection of data through various assessment methods. This can include traditional tests, quizzes, essays, projects, presentations, and even informal observations. A teacher might administer a pre-test at the beginning of a unit to gauge students' prior knowledge throughout the unit, quizzes, class discussion, and homework assignments. They are used to measure ongoing progress. These measurements provide quantitative and qualitative insights into students' understanding, skills, and areas needing improvements. Then we think about the evaluation. Evaluation entails analyzing and interpreting the collected data to make judgments about students' performance, learning outcomes, and the effectiveness of instructional practices. These steps involves synthesizing the data to draw meaningful conclusions. For example, a teacher may compare pre-test and post-test scores to assess growth and determine if instructional strategies were successful. Additionally, evaluation involves considering contextual factors such as student backgrounds, classroom dynamics, and curriculum alignments. When we think about the relationship between them, it is dynamic. Measurements provide the raw data necessary for evaluation, while evaluation informs adjustment to instructional practices. If evaluation reveals that students struggled with a particular concept, the teacher may modify their teaching approach, provide additional support, or revisit the concept in future lessons. Conversely, if evaluation indicates that students have mastered a topic, the teacher may choose to move on to more advanced material. In my summary, measurement and evaluation are intertwined processes that drive continuous improvement in education. By systematically collecting and analyzing data, educators can make informed decisions to support students' learning and enhance educational outcomes. I like to invite my another group member to continue the presentation. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. I am Zainul Abdin Hamiza. I am going to
Thank you,
present
my dear friend.
different evaluation methods in 3 domains. Can you please?
Thank you. I'm Dhananjana. I'm going to talk about the role of measurement and evaluation. First of all, we look at the difference between measurement and evaluation. Measurement is quantitative and evaluation may be qualitative as well as quantitative. Measurement is only a part of evaluation, and evaluation is a process in which the desirability of the result obtained from the measurement is determined. Not only that, measurement provides numerical data and evaluation uses numerical data and provides qualitative results. For example, measurement examines something's size in numerical terms and evaluation determines by judgment to the measurement. Then we'll move to the next slide to talk about the objectives. I use example to explain this.
We can evaluate the school performance by looking at GCE O-level examination or the scholarship examination. In here, exam results are the information provided by the school, and use that we can evaluate effectiveness of the institute. And also using the results, we can measure the pupils' progress, and according to that, we can motivate them for their studies. Now we'll move to the next slide and look at the importance of measurement and evaluation. Evaluation is very important for several people like teachers, students, educational managers. They can discover the needs of the students and also to understand about the children. It helps to fulfill classroom objectives too. Measurement is important to check a student's progress, and those who need information, they can also use. For example, educational managers can take decisions in learning teaching process. With all these things, we'll move to next slide and talk about the role of measurement and evaluation. Evaluation and measurement plays a major role in teaching learning process. The most important purpose of measurement and evaluation is for the teacher and the learner to know how successful the teaching and learning have been. For example, it enables a teacher that how to start a teaching process, how to motivate students, and also it helps teachers to guide the students in right path. My friend will continue the next presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, friend. I am Zainul Abdin Hamiza. I'm going to present the different evaluation method in 3 domains. Here you can see the slides. Cognitive deals with the knowledge. Affective domain deals with the attitudes of an individual, as well as psychomotor domain tests the skills of an individual. Here in the second slide, you can see the different evaluation methods. Here the observation method, exam tests, surveys, interviews are figured here. And now we'll see what are the evaluation method in cognitive domain. Here mainly an individual assess the intellectual skill, knowledge and understanding. We are here through this method in this cognitive we test the individual intellectual skill, knowledge and understanding. Here are the methods: quizzes, tests, essays, problem solving tasks, presentation, rubrics, projects and exams. Here if I take an example, projects, through that we can measure the multiple cognitive skills of an individual through that their understanding, comprehension, analysis, synthesis, everything can be measured through the giving projects as their evaluation method in cognitive domain, as well as the commonly run exams evaluate the understanding and critical thinking of an individual. So you can see the slides, and next we'll move to the evaluation methods in affective domain. In that, we can assess the various aspects of individual attitudes, values, and emotions. For example, interviews. Here, individuals' attitude, behavior can be, we can weave and measured. And through the observation, the body language, facial expression can be monitored. And the behavioral assessment, surveys, questionnaires are listed here. And it will move to the next evaluation method in psychomotor domain. There we measures then individual skills related to physical movement coordination. Here the assessment, the evaluation methods are performance assessment, skill test, portfolios, competition and contest, clinical or practical exams. When we take the performance assessment, here checklist, rubrics, rating scales. Through this an individual, the physical movements coordination can be measured, as well as the skill test, the time through time drill, obstacle courses, simulation, the skills, the psychomotor skills can be measured. And thank you. My friend will continue the next.
Thank you, dear friend. I am Fatima Ifra. I am going to discuss about the uses of basic statistical calculations. Statistic is a crucial process which helps to make decisions based on the data. Statistics are used to conduct research, evaluate outcome, develop critical thinking, make informed decisions by the process of collecting, analyzing, interpreting, and presenting data. Rashini, can you share the next slide? Okay. Thank you. There are 2 major areas of statistics. statistics are known as descriptive statistics, which helps in the presentation of data, making it more understandable through charts, graphs, and tables, and inferential statistics, which makes the use of various analytical tools such as hypothesis test to draw conclusions about the population data from sample data. In education, we can take students as the population. Now let's see some importance of statistical calculations in educational measurement and evaluation. First one is allows educators to understand student performance using descriptive statistics. In education, a teacher might calculate the following descriptive statistics for students in her class: the mean, standard deviation, the range, and the percent. Using these metrics, the teacher can get a better understanding of the exam. He or she can decide if she needs to change his teaching methods or need additional tutoring opportunities for students who have obtained low marks in the exam. And the second one is spot trends using data visualization. Statistics is used in education through data, pie chart, box plot, and histograms. These types of charts are used to help teachers to spot trends in both class performance and individual students' performance. And next slide. And the third one is compare teaching methods using hypothesis test. Hypothesis tests are the tests which teacher can use to determine if there are significant differences between teaching methods. The fourth one is provide the exact description and a better understanding. Fifth one is help to predict the future performance of the students. For example, a teacher can predict the probable score for student in the final examination from his entrance test score, but the prediction may be incorrect due to different factors. Statistical methods tell about how much margin of error can be allowed in making predictions. And the sixth one is enable to analyze some of the causal factors underlying complex and otherwise confusing events. For example, the reason why a particular student performed poor in a particular subject. So with the appropriate statistical method, we can keep these variable as constant and can observe the cause of failure of a student in that subject. And the seventh one is enables the teacher to draw general conclusions. And thank you. Next, my friend will continue the presentation.
Thank you, my dear. I'm Dirosha Lianage. I will be discussing classroom tests and factors that teachers should consider when organizing classroom tests. Let's talk about what is classroom test. Classroom test is an assessment teachers use to measure students' understanding of the material covered in class. Classroom tests come various formats like multiple choice, short answers, essays, and project-based assessment. Classroom tests are important for assessing students' learning, motivation, guiding instruction, and measure the progress of students. Next, move on next slide. There are some purpose of classroom tests: providing feedback, informing instruction, motivating students, assess for the learning. Then next we will discuss about type of classroom test. Next, please. Okay, there are several types of classroom tests like formative test, summative test, diagnostic test, standardized test, objective test, subjective test. Then I'm going to be explain little bit about these topics. During the learning to monitor students' understanding and get feedback to modify lesson, teachers can do formative tests like class discussion, group activities. Summative test will be doing end of the unit, course or academic period, like final project and term test. Diagnostic test is doing for identify student strengths and weakness. Standardized test doing for the evaluate individuals or groups in a standardized manner like that. Objective tests have fixed questions with clear correct answers such as multiple choice, true or false questions. Please, objective test, some next move on factors are considered when organizing tests. Next one, please. Okay. We are going to talk about what the factors we consider when organizing classroom tests. Alignment with learning objectives, test construction, fairness and equity, timing and frequency, feedback and reflection, test administration, data analysis and users. I'm going to describe a little bit about these topics. Alignment with learning objectives means make sure what students learn and how they are tested match what supposed to learn. Test construction, teacher need to decide how to score them. Fairness and equity, giving everyone equal opportunity, not for their background and others. Timing and frequency means teacher has to decide when and how often giving the test. Feedback and reflection means as a teacher giving students advice and asking them to think about their learning. And test administration means teacher has to make sure tests are given out correctly and taken under the right conditions. Data analysis and use. Using the test results to decide what to teach next. This will be the very useful doing the before test. Then make opportunity for my next colleagues. Thank you. I think it's Kashini.
Good evening, dear madam and my dear colleagues. Now I will be talking about the challenges faced by teachers when implementing evaluation methods with students. This is one of the major things that we have to consider when acting as teachers. There's a lot of problems actually that we have to face as teachers, but as we have a limited time, I selected one of 5 of the main challenges. As the first one, I took the lack of time. Actually, we all experience that in Sri Lanka, especially, we have a very limited time, like 40 minutes for one period. So teachers have to face a lot of difficulties. They feel unable to go through each and every child individually. And as a result, it is very hard to give a detailed feedback on each and every child. So students can be fringed off. Some brighter students can be gone faster. And as a result of this, we as teachers, we have to do a very rushed evaluation. We try to do it very rushedly, and the assessment or the evaluation could be incomplete. So we have to face a difficulty in identifying the areas, the places that students need additional support. That is a really big problem. Lack of time, we rush through the things. As the second one, I took lack of resources. As a developing country like Sri Lanka, we have a very limited number of resources such as technological stuff like computers, tablets and all, and assessment tools are lacking, and also the evaluation materials are less. And even in our schools, especially government schools especially, we don't have adequate space. Teachers can't move here and there, fringed areas are there. So teachers may face a lot of difficulties in doing the evaluation process up to its standards. They can do it, but it's not into the standards actually. So as a result of all this, the teachers can't cater to the needs of all the individuals. Only the brighter students will follow up, but we can't think of all the real needs of each and every child in the class. As a result of all this, the effective nature, the effectiveness of the lesson is thoroughly damaged and disturbed. As the third one, I took the student diversity, which becomes a major problem as teachers. Students in the schools, they come from different backgrounds, different family backgrounds. Some are from broken families, some are from very rich families. So they can show, different students can show, they are showing, as teachers, you all know, they are showing unbearable behaviors sometimes. They're shouting, they're screaming, roaming here and there. So in evaluations also, they start doing copying and all. So as teachers, we find different students, children with different learning styles. Learning styles are different, their abilities are different, and their needs are also very different. So as a result of this, we as teachers, all the teachers, to be honest, we are struggling to cater all the needs of each and every child. Student diversity affects a lot. So teachers face hardships in measuring the students in an equal manner. As the fourth one, I took the lack of training for teachers. Actually, we as teachers, nowadays, we feel that our technological knowledge is very less as Sri Lankan teachers. No sufficient training on updated evaluation methods. We are always going for paper evaluations, but students, they prefer updated evaluation methods, but teachers, they don't have the proper training. We don't have the technological knowledge and everything. So teachers don't know. Without the training, they don't know how to design new effective technological evaluations. They always go for papers and discussions. So teachers, as teachers, we all face hardships in interpreting the evaluation results and giving the feedback. It might be not that much into the standards, and as a result, that challenges in students' growth of learning. As the last one, but not the least, I took the student engagement. The engagement of students in the evaluations. Most of the teachers, if you are teachers, you experience students when coming to the higher grades, usually they don't show an interest in engaging in evaluations, term tests especially. So the disinterest in students is a big problem that we have to follow. And the unmotivated students, they are not motivated for tests. And also students' unwillingness in adopting to new evaluation methods, especially in rural areas. They don't know. They haven't even used the computer. They haven't even used a tablet. They haven't even used internet. So they are facing a lot of difficulties. They are unwilling to adopt to new evaluation methods. And also lack of materials that we have is also a problem. So as a recent problem, Sri Lanka faced a lack of paper materials, papers. So as a result, the tests were cancelled sometimes. So that's also a problem. It affects the engagement of students. So as a result of all these, teachers can't come to a proper conclusions, inability to come to a proper conclusion of the students' level. Teachers can't come to a proper conclusion where my students are, what is my students' level and all. So as a result of all these 5 things, I took only the major 5, some of the major 5 things. It affects the validity of the evaluation process. Actually, that is not up to the standards sometimes. Thank you. And I would like to invite my next friend to conclude the presentation.
Thank you, my dear friend. Good evening, ma'am, and my dear friends. Am I audible to you?
Yes.
I'm Fatima Rizmia. Okay, now I'm going to conclude. I'm going to do the conclusion of our presentation. Measurement, evaluate. Yes, thank you. Measurement, assessment, and evaluation. All these 3 are combined together, actually. In measurement, the data is collected systematically. It provides quantitative and qualitative insights in students' understanding, skills, and areas needing improvement. When we talk about assessments, they can be traditional tests, quizzes, essays, projects, presentations, and informal observation, etc. And also, evaluation means analyzing and interpreting the collected data. From this, we can make judgments about students' performance, learning outcomes, and the effectiveness of instructional practices. And when we talk about the evaluation methods, there are 3 different evaluation methods in 3 domains. Cognitive domain evaluates knowledge. Affective domain evaluates the attitudes. Psychomotor domains evaluates the skills. When it comes to, can you please move next slide, please? Next slide. When it comes to statistics, here we can make decisions based on the data. We use statistics to conduct researches, evaluate outcomes, develop thinking to make informed decisions. Okay, and there are 2 types of statistics, One is descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Next slide, please. Next, we'll move to the classroom test. It also plays a crucial role in evaluation and evaluation process. It is administered by a teacher to evaluate students' understanding of the material covered in the class. And when we talk about the purpose of the classroom tests, some of them are providing feedback, informing instructions, monitoring progress, preparing for true assessments, motivating the students, likewise. Next slide, please. And also, when we talk about the role of measurement and evaluation, it determines how much values, knowledge, and teachers' efficiency strategies are used here. Finally, I can say the teachers, as we are teachers, we face some challenges when implementing evaluation. Some examples are lack of time, as my friend said, lack of time, resources, lack of training teachers, and also it depends on students' diversity and engagement. Students' engagement also it affects. I think you got some ideas regarding on our presentation. We'll wind up our presentation. Thank you, everyone.
Ma'am, we'll do next, ma'am.
Okay, next group number 7, because of special requirement. Thereafter, group number, we'll go in the order. Group number 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, ma'am. Maheshi?
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm Salma Imtiaz. I'm here to present on the topic, role of measurement and evaluation in education. Maheshi, can you put the first slide? Okay, so first I will give a brief introduction about it. Measurement and evaluation play crucial roles in the field of education by providing educators with tools to assess student learning, track progress, and make informed instructional decisions. This assignment explores the significance of measurement and evaluation in education, highlighting their impact on curriculum development, student assessment, and overall educational outcomes. Second slide, please. Now let's look into the key concepts. First one, measurement in education. So I will define measurement and its importance in education. So the measurement process gives clear reports and questionnaires on all aspects of learning, including academic content, teaching methods used by the teacher, and activities that take place, all of which is related to the educational process. Educational measurement helps to know a phase of child's personality. Evaluation is a comprehensive and continuous process which assesses overall personality of a child. It is quantitative as well as qualitative description of pupils' achievement. Next one, please. Can you go to the second slide? So the next one is evaluation in education. Evaluation in educational context refer to the systematic assessment of the effectiveness, quality, and impact of educational programs, policies, and practices. It involves gathering and analyzing data to determine the extent to which educational objectives and goals are being met. and to make informed decisions about the improvement of educational processes. And the significance of evaluation in educational contexts includes improving teaching and learning, accountability for educational institutions and educators. Next, in informing decision making, then for continuous improvement in educational programs, and for ensuring equity and access for all the students of varying levels of abilities. So overall, evaluation plays a crucial role in enhancing the quality of education in many ways. So the third part is relationship between measurement and evaluation. Evaluation in education serves multiple purposes and including assessing program effectiveness and improving teaching practices. So I will say some key purposes of evaluation in education. First one, assessing program effectiveness. Second, monitoring progress students. And then for improving teaching practices, in informing decision making at various levels of the education system. Next, next I will go to the relationship between measurement and evaluation. So measurement and evaluation are both integral components of the educational assessment process, working together to provide a comprehensive understanding of student learning and inform educational decision making. The interplay in between measurement and evaluation in the educational assessment process can be understood in the following ways: by alignment, through data collection, feedback and improvement, and continuous improvement. Next part, the cyclical nature of measurement and evaluation in education involves several key stages that continuously inform each other. Those key stages are setting goals and objectives aimed to achieve, collecting data through various methods, analyzing data which is collected, interpreting results of data analysis, and implementing the changes to curriculum teaching methods, then monitoring progress continuously, and finally adjusting strategies as needed. Can you move on to the next slide? So what is the importance in education? Firstly, for assessment of student learning, help assess student knowledge, skills, and competencies. First one, assessing knowledge by quizzes, tests, exams, and essays are commonly used to assess students' knowledge. And next, evaluating skills by projects, presentations, and practical exams are effective evaluation techniques for assessing students' skills. Next, measuring competencies. Competency-based assessments focus on evaluating students' mastery of specific skills and abilities within a defined set of standards. Next part is curriculum development. I will explain how measurement and evaluation data informs curriculum design and instructional strategies. Measurement and evaluation data plays a crucial